thing, we have found our pair of lions that we started off our sunset safari looking for. Lo and behold, actually I say we have, the Arathusa, well in fact Lazarus from Simbombili actually found them for us, not far away from Red Dam on Arathusa. And our pair of lions have been very, very busy while we've been away. There's amber eyes over there, and there is what I mean when I say that they have been very, very busy. At some point between the sunrise safari and the start of our sunset safari, they have caught and killed a young male buffalo. And they're obviously so exhausted from the whole process that they haven't even really bothered to begin snacking upon it. They've eaten a little bit of the face and they've just left it for now. So obviously it was an exhausting thing. Our Amber Eyes was particularly hungry when we saw her this morning. She was clearly interested in hunting and not in him at all. But he seemed to be, he was intent on making sure that she paid him the attention he feels as though he was due. And she kept trying to hunt impala, she kept trying to stalk something, and he kept kind of getting up too close to her and ruining the whole thing, and she didn't get her meal, but luckily she has managed to get it. The question is though, because she is hungry, why she hasn't eaten, and I'm just looking at her belly now, she hasn't eaten all that much at all. I don't know if he is denying her access to the kill. It wouldn't be the first time that we've seen that sort of behavior on these live safaris, especially, in fact almost always, in a situation where a female is coming into estrus or coming into heat. And the male just doesn't seem to want to let her be distracted by anything, whether it's other lions or whether it is food. He just wants to make sure that she knows knows that he's still around and still waiting patiently. And that's exactly what Mfumo, this big male lion, has been doing. Our male lions generally, when there is food around, they tend to take the lion's share. They're bigger, they're stronger. They're more willing to share with their cubs than they are with the lionesses, because of course their cubs are direct descendants. They are related to them, but they are generally quite greedy and quite possessive over the kills. But he's obviously, neither of them can be that hungry, since both of them have hardly eaten anything. They're just relaxing. It's a hot day. It did get much hotter, and that's probably, amber. Pooh. You think it's the buffalo? I'm not sure. I think that was a lion. I think that was a release of digested, I don't know, I think that smelt a little bit too rancid to be a couple of hour-old buffalo. Maybe it just skimmed you and it got me. A release of some gases from the lions have just hit us, or at least me. That seems to be okay. I can smell the buffalo, but it's not too bad at all. It's still relatively fresh. The flies have gathered en masse, as they have over the last few weeks since the rains. There are much, much more of them in number, and I can hear them buzzing round and round and round. And I have to be honest, I have a degree of reluctance to allow them to sit anywhere near me or on my person, especially since they've been occupied on the buffalo. Ugh, no thank you. I know that Steph and myself both share the exact same revulsion when it comes to especially the large carcass flies. The ones with the big red heads and green bodies, they're the ones that go and sit on the big carcasses, and they're the ones that carry all sorts of really nasty germs and bacteria. And of course also lay their eggs. Now, having seen what happened to poor Mfumo's face at one point, he had an injury that turned into an infection, that turned into a maggot infestation on his face. I have become even more reluctant to let a fly anywhere near me. It happens. I mean, Scott used to be amazing at it. Scott used to sit and he'd present, and this thing would crawl up his nose and into his ear. Oh, it sounds like something really exciting is happening with Brent. Let's go over and have a look.